Oh, wow. So at the Turning Point USA Amfest event, Ben Shapiro was confronted by what I would assume is a Groyper, someone that is on the conservative right, in a sense, but hostile to Israel and probably sympathetic to all the Candace Owens, Fuentes, Tucker Carlson types. Have a watch of this confrontation where he confronts him about the thing that Candace Owens brought up about the USS Liberty, the ship that Israel accidentally targeted in the Six-Day War, which is such a nonsense non-starter. Friendly fire happens the whole time. Israel accidentally killed its own in war. And it's like, what are you trying to do, as Ben Shapiro points out? Have a watch of this brilliant exchange where Ben Shapiro now, as we're seeing, is tackling head-on, confronting head-on the anti-Israel, anti-Semitic nonsense that's poisoning parts of the conservative right.
Thank you for being here, Ben. You cited during your speech truth as the most important tenet of American conservatism. Why, therefore, did you call irrelevant the Israeli attack in 1967 on the USS Liberty, which left dozens of American servicemen dead and hundreds wounded?
So what I actually said is that if we're looking at modern Israeli-American relations, looking at an attack that happened mistakenly by multiple Navy reports, multiple Israeli reports, and all available evidence, and using that attack in order to undermine today's relations between Israel and America, that's irrelevant. As irrelevant as it would be to cite a piece of evidence from World War II or from 1776 to define America's relations with, for example, Great Britain or Germany today. That does not mean that the attack wasn't horrible for the Americans involved, that it wasn't bloody and terrible. The Israeli government paid reparations to the people who were killed. If you look at the actual military record of what happened on the USS Liberty, it was clearly a mistaken and tragic attack. The people who frequently cite the USS Liberty, however, are not talking about the specifics of the USS Liberty. I suspect that the vast majority of people who bring this up are doing so in order to suggest that Israel deliberately attacked an American ship because Israel deliberately wants to harm America. It is connected generally with a larger point. I wonder if that's your point.
If the truth matters, then the Israeli government must be held accountable for that attack. The American flag was flying on that ship. You do not mistake an American ship for a foreign one when our flag is flying.
So, and we can spend the rest of the time talking about the specifics of the U.S. Liberty attack, or you can actually go look at the naval investigations that were done, multiple naval investigations that were done. The reality is that people were flying Mirage planes for the Israeli military at the time. The USS Liberty was sailing in an area where it had essentially gone off-grid. The Israeli military mistook it for an Egyptian ship. They thought it was shelling Al Arish, which happened not to be true. In the initial attack, the American flag was knocked down, and then the attack went on for about 90 minutes. And then, as soon, you can hear this, by the way, on the tapes of the Israeli pilots talking to each other, as soon as they realize that it's an American ship, they call off the attack, they speed a ship to try and help the USS Liberty. There have been multiple unfortunate friendly fire incidents between Allied forces, including, for example, in the Gulf War, where U.S. forces were responsible for killing about 9 British troops during the Gulf War. It's an unfortunate reality of war, but you're not answering my question, which is, what is your broader agenda in asking the question? Because I suspect that your question is not limited to your specific ire over an incident that happened in 1967.
I think we should question any foreign country's relationship with our government.
That's totally fine, but I'm just wondering why you
serve American interests.
Again, I'm perfectly fine with questioning any country's relationship with the United States. But again, I'm wondering what your motivation is in bringing up a 6-decade-old attack as though it is the #1 issue in assessing the relationship between Israel and the United States today.
Well, many problems persist to this day, but it's interesting that you say 6-decade-old incident when there are many people in this audience who were alive for that attack, as if this is something that's irrelevant.
Well,
that doesn't
no, it's just not particularly relevant to assessing the relationship between the United States and Israel today, in the same way that in 1967, there are a wide variety of countries with which the United States had different relations. Okay, it's clear you're not going to actually answer the question, so I'm happy to move to this one.
Wow, that was a really powerful exchange, and I'm so grateful to Ben Shapiro for now speaking out and confronting all of this head on. And that's what we're doing at JTV every single day. We are churning out free videos on YouTube every single day, busting the myths about Israel. But more than that, transferring anti-Semitism into hopefully pro-Semitism by shining the light of Jewish ideas and wisdom with the world. But once a year, we do a campaign because we don't have a big donor or foundation that backs us. We rely on you, the viewers, and your partnership to help us fuel what we do, to keep churning out our videos, documentaries, interviews, monologues, research. So I want to show you our annual campaign video and ask you, please don't just skip past this part. Please be one of those people. As I say, we only do this once a year. Please be one of those people that clicks the link below in the video description to contribute to our annual campaign and partner with us to take this to the next level. Thank you so much, and have a watch of our campaign video, which shows you everything that we've been doing and want to do moving ahead. Thank you.
On JTV, the global Jewish channel with a host named Ali.
Well, when even she's talking about you, you know you're having an impact. Thanks for the promo, Candice.
When I launched JTV, the mission was simple: to bring Jewish ideas to the world, intelligently, creatively, proudly. But I never realised just how critical that mission would become today. Because let's be honest, look at the world right now. Anti-Semitic voices aren't just coming from one place anymore. They're rising from the left and the right, online and offline, from influencers to institutions. That makes voices like ours more crucial than ever. When the noise gets louder, the Jewish voice needs to get stronger. And that's exactly why JTV exists. And look how far we've come. Because of your support, JTV has grown in extraordinary ways. Our videos now reach millions across continents with clear, honest, original content at a time when the world needs clarity more than ever. Whether it's telling the uncompromising truth about Israel or the incredible depth and wisdom of Jewish ideas. We've brought you exclusive interviews with leading thinkers, creators, and voices shaping the Jewish and Israel conversation today. And in addition to our new members streaming platform, we've produced powerful documentaries that are freely available on our YouTube channel for everyone to watch, exploring the challenges and triumphs of the Jewish story. And the best part? We're not just talking to an echo chamber. Our audience is made up of Jews and non-Jews in equal measure, of all ages and backgrounds. You've watched us grow, video by video, story by story, but this is just the beginning. Now JTV is ready for its next leap forward, to scale our content, expand our reach, and bring thoughtful and inspiring Jewish media to an even wider global audience. And this is where you come in. Your support fuels everything: the research, the cameras, the creativity, the deeper investigations, the editing, the more high-profile interviews, and the bold ideas that inspire pride, wisdom, and truth. Every viewer matters, every story counts, and every donation helps JTV grow, not just in numbers, but in global impact. So if you've ever appreciated one of our videos, if JTV has ever informed you, inspired you, or helped you help others, please help us grow by clicking the link in the video description and donating to our campaign fundraiser. With your help, you won't just watch us grow, you'll help us grow even higher. Thank you, and keep watching us grow.